Hello everyone, good morning. This is Monday, January 27th, and this reading is on J.D. Vance. I'm wondering if he's going to get a promotion, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean, Burn? Will he be moving up the food chain, the political food chain? Anytime soon. Let's just look at, let's see. I'm using Mildred Payne's Secret Pocket Oracle, and it's not so good for timing, but let's get an overall, and then I'll use the Lenny's for timing. But I just want to see, because this this deck's pretty good for, there's 88 cards. It's pretty good for getting the overall everything, right? Okay. J.D. Vance, what is in your future from this day forward? I think I'll cap it at 2025, though. So let's say no further out than this year, because we can always, check in later. J.D. Vance. And I'm going to do 21 cards. Oops. Right there. Okay. Well, he has a focused direction, that's for sure. Yeah. Thinks he's working for humanity, sure. Oh, but before I even was shuffling, I forgot to tell you guys, I set the intention for this card to be like Opus Dei, religious power, like with their claws into, oh my gosh, and the way it lines up with the claws into humanity. Just for their own power. Wow. Actually, I guess I can come down a little bit in case you guys are on your phones. I know that the top gets cut off a little bit. Let me bring this down. That'll help me. Okay. All right. Ooh. J.D. Vance's future. Wow, to have the sun and the star. Okay. Well, that's interesting there. So I should probably, is that? Yeah, we're good there. Okay, that works. Oh. Okay, so with the arrow giving, this is, his future, this would be his future direction, but also his goal. So his goal was really connected to what he wants, what he cares about, and being like the shining star. I mean, this he's got some real narcissistic plans. He's headed towards something he really wants, but it also has to do in the past with wanting power. And then in the past, he's also been kind of frozen out and kicked around, and remember his hillbilly elegy book and his questioning, a lot of things about who he really is and all of that. Well, who he really is actually more narcissistic than I imagined. I mean, to me, he's been like a puppet, but this is telling me he's had something else on his mind. And so he has connected into a way to get into power, to have more strength, and to connect with his good fortune. And then here we are because this card I had designated as Opus Dei. So we're talking Project 2025, okay? And how they have their claws, they're powerful, they think that they are the ones that know it all. Claws into humanity. The pentagram is our card for humanity. But little JD, he's been just like, he's been wanting that, and he's been frozen out in the past and kind of kicked around on one level, but ready. He's ready. The four corners tell me, like, he's super ready for action when the disaster strikes and somebody's taking a dirt nap and that door opens for him. He has been planning for this. That's why because we have to remember, quite a while ago, he made really bad, remarks about oh my God, I'm trying to remember the real Virgo Queen's new name for, I'm totally forgetting. What did she call him? Drop it in the comments, dear. She's cracking me up the other day, and I can't remember what you called him. It'll probably hit me in a minute, but let's see. Or maybe it's just gone. But anyway, the four corners framing in the whole reading, yeah, he's been kicked around. He's waiting. He's been trying to, climb his way to the top. With the Comet card up here, we're talking, disaster. And it's also a card this is our card for a bad omen. Even though I don't believe that about asteroids, but, back in the day. This is our card for catastrophes, destruction, like a disaster. Well, the disaster is the big change with the skull card over here. This is our death card. This is change and the end of something, right? And then the new something is the door opens for him. Now, when that happens, you guys, you don't have to worry about Mikey Johnson getting into VP position, because that's not how the order of succession goes in that direction, but only if the president and the vice president go out at the same time. Then the House Speaker jumps into things move up. So there's always like two positions there. And what's his name? Grassley would be in there as well. But when Trump goes, J.D. Vance moves to presidency, and then there's a House. There has to be the House will nominate a new vice president, and that has to go through confirmation and all of that. So, yeah, but whatever. Mike Johnson, he's right in there. He's worse than J.D. Vance, actually. But this little guy, he's been working on this, I can tell. So, okay, so here's his direction. And in the past, with the little frog here, this is our card for disguising who you really are. Just kind of be slipping around and there can be some cleansing and some transformation. But this is him in the past being kicked around and disappointed. In this deck, one of the keywords for the frog is like disappointment. and something that people don't like. That's been him pretty much all his life, I think. Interesting. Makes you wonder about his past lives. So, but anyway, over time, he's gonna, with the fire, it's all about, he's got this passion to go in this new direction. And he's also full of a lot of emotional reaction. And then his movement is towards here's the way he's heading. Here's how it's going to be in the future. We've got the volcano means like something coming up to the surface after a big old something that explodes. Like big pressure. So movement after a big, because we know whose head's always coming off. Trump's he's always just blowing up, and he's into so much self-sabotage, and he always tells on himself. He explains how it happened, even sometimes. We've been seeing that, and so that's the direction that he's so J.D. Vance is following in that direction to get in there and take his place, and then with the mirror, this is his just vanity. He's just wanting to, see himself in that position, in that high position, but it's got the crack in it, and he's going to have to reevaluate at some point. Is he really protected? Then again, on another level, just because the door is open doesn't mean he gets to walk through it and stay there for very long. But this is his future. Okay, so let's see. He's got a lot. I'm gonna go with this 9 box here. He has a lot of passion for being the top dog and being the, like I said, the shining star for humanity. And he's been working on this for time, over time. He's been having to bide his time and be patient, and and then I don't think he really minds, though, as long as he knows that he's going to get there someday. And then he's had this passion for hiding. This is just a tip of the iceberg. There's a lot underneath here that we can't see. So he has a tremendous amount of obstacles on the inner levels, blocked emotions. He goes into emotional reaction. He looks like he's got it all together and cool and calm, collected. He is not. He's not. And this is why the volcano, maybe this is him exploding at some point, and then we see the monster that he really is. Ugh. He has bigger problems than he will know what to do with when the time comes. And then a lot of passion to spew a lot of poison. A lot of passion and emotional reaction around his own not knowing, he's doing this all subconsciously, unconsciously, around self-destruction. And he'll accept whatever's harmful just to get into his rightful place, he thinks. He thinks he's, this is his rightful place. His sense of identity and his stability have to do with him being in power. Wow. No wonder he wrote a book about his life earlier. Look at me, So, okay. Now, not that autobiographies are bad, but for him. Okay. So, yeah. Disaster, a bad omen will be revealed. And then he gets to make all these connections that he's always wanted to make. I'm reading the meanings a little bit different than I would like for a personal reading. This is quite interesting. So, yeah, it's just his direction to be in this position where he can be seen and make all these connections and get what he wants, and he really wants to be accepted, and he wants his, his stability, and he acts like he's the big old family man. Remember at Bishop Buddy's mass when she was asking Trump to be merciful, and Trump was you could tell he was in extreme emotional reaction, and J.D. Vance looked over at him and kind of took it in, and then he starts trying to talk to his wife Usha, and she just gave, she kind of pretty much put up a shield and didn't respond. Didn't even look at him. But that told me a lot about who he is. Like, he doesn't really know who he is, but he wants what other people have, and he doesn't believe he deserves it, because he probably doesn't. And then he just does whatever he can to get whomever he thinks has power, that's the direction he goes. And that's all he cares about. And he wants everybody to ring the bell for him. But the bell it can also be about a warning. It can be about a beginning or an end of something. So I'm thinking it's the end of the powerful person's human life, right? See that here, and these cards knighting together here, and maybe somebody poisons him. Maybe J.D. Vance does. They're both full of toxins anyway. Trump is poisoning himself every day, so I can't blame it on anyone else. But he's always paranoid about somebody trying to poison him. He has his tasters, just like Putin does. And people have to wear, food service gloves when they serve him. And like if he uses straws, they don't open it for him or anything. Things are handed to him separately. Just food-sized little Heinz jars of ketchup. Things like that. So that's how he rolls. There was a lot of information about that even before he became president. A lot of people, there are a lot of whistleblowers that came out. So, and that's the thing too, once you become president, your non-disclosure agreements are no longer valid. So people could spill the beans, and they did. But anyway, back to the bell. This is, like I said, beginning or end of something important. And, of course, that is him getting into position because of the big change in the White House. Oh, that's what the real Virgo Queen called Trump. The White House squatter. There we go. Okay. So, yeah. Also, what's-his-face is going to clam up like a shell, just clam up, and not even say much about it. He's going to, I don't even know, well, I guess that's the question is he going to really do what they want? what Project 2025 wants. Or, I can't remember how many, well, it's like a 900-page document or whatever, but they had these 4 pillars, right? You guys could look it up, but anyway, I have a feeling he's kind of just going to ring his own bell and do what he wants, what he cares about. This is all just about what he cares about. He cares about power, and he doesn't care about the other guy leaving. And he's going to use that as his next step through into a new opportunity, new choice. But this is interesting here. I wonder if, because his direction down here, where he has control, it leads to a place where he feels more protected, and then he can withdraw and just clam up. That's interesting. And then the shield as well. It's like once he gets in, he's not, I don't know that he's going to be so, because it's all about him. I don't think he's going to be so willing to do whatever they want. Or maybe he's going to withdraw because so many people, there's going to be so much energy coming at him. Let me see if I can get some timing here, because I can't get anything else out of that spread. Probably missed something now. I can always go back and look at it later. So this deck is the Omnito Lenormand. And I'm going to move this back. I'll probably need a little more room. See if I can get some timing again. Trump. Or no. Oh, let's just stick with JD. JD, when will you be... That didn't work. When will you be moving up the food chain? When? I didn't see anything, well, but maybe. No. Well, I was just wondering about would they try to take Trump out with the 25th Amendment? Because that would be something that JD would have to initiate. Maybe he would. I mean, well, no, because, this deck, it has... there's pitchfork, axe, there's blood, there's a ladder, there's all kinds of mushroom. There are all kinds of other tools in here that he could have used. And in the big stick, he didn't, I didn't really, I don't know, you guys tell me what you think, but I didn't see him like working at anything. We didn't have the book come through that had to do with something hidden and secret. But then again, maybe because, we had the big change over here and the door open here and then his direction. So maybe he will try. But just so you know, it's never been done before, I don't think. All my voting years history, I've never heard of it. And the task would be as hard as the 14th Amendment, Section 3, getting that done. That would be just as hard. So, what is it, like 2/3 of the votes from each chamber to get it accomplished? But if enough GOP gang up on Trump, But see, the thing is, Trump has dirt on everyone. And they know that he would use it against them. I mean, he was compromised. Trump was compromised years ago. And then a lot of GOP members have been compromised, moving in, oops, that just fell out. Okay, the cross. As far as timing, this is 1 to 6 months. Let's see if I get anything else to correlate with that. Birds usually goes pretty quick, but it can be up to a year. It's a December card, 12th month. And then the moon, maybe around one of the eclipses. He does have this new moon, the lunar eclipse. Well, no. Yeah, it's the lunar eclipse that's on the 14th or 15th. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, here it is. March 14th, 2:58 a.m. Eastern Time. Here it is, here. So it's the full moon lunar eclipse, 23 degrees of Virgo. It squares his sun and his moon, because he was born close to an eclipse. That's pretty intense, and it's in the second house of, safety, security, all of that. So that's March 14th. I'm wondering about this here. Anyway, as far as timing, like I said, full moon or a whole or a month, 1 month, full cycle. So I'm thinking close to an eclipse. That would give us that March that a lot of other people are getting. And the date that I heard months ago, well, I don't remember how long it might have been. I don't think it was a year ago with when Lisa and I were reading, and I just heard that date in my head. I don't know if it's going to be right. But anyway, 1 to 6 months here. 1 year here, or December, or 12 days. You guys would probably prefer that, right? And then this would be, could be a lunar eclipse or in a month. So, okay, well, that's all I can get for now. Take good care, you guys. Big hugs as always. Bye.